Hey, this is Augie, Augie's Locker Room. When you come to the store, you're going to see things that you've probably never seen before unless you've been to a museum. Great items that go back to the Rockney era to the present. Website, augieslockerroom.com. Visit us here or the website.
This is Instant Analysis from Lane Stadium at Blacksburg, where in a couple hours Notre Dame will take on Virginia Tech. Tim Prister, we don't think there's a mystery at quarterback anymore, although it has not been revealed, but your sources and many others have indicated Jack Cohn will be under center and trying to combat what will be a raucous stadium here tonight.
Yeah, it's our understanding Jack Cohn was taking the majority of the number one snaps. I mean, Brian Kelly could pull a surprise on us, I would imagine, but not in terms of first team snaps during the week. So Jack Cohn, I know a lot of people are in his corner. This is a great opportunity for him to win back some Notre Dame fans, but it's going to take a fast start. I mean, it's kind of cliche, but you can't get off to certainly, last week, 17-0, 10-0. It didn't happen right at the beginning, but you need a fast start. And if you get the football first or your first possession, it'd be great to put some points on the board and work from ahead for a while.
And they've had two fast starts under Cohn, and they almost had a third last week against Cincinnati. So I do get what Brian Kelly's thinking. You've talked about it before I did. You recognized it earlier in the week before I did. It's not a Jack Cohn problem they're having on offense. It's a Jack Cohn possibly meshing with the offensive line issue, and that is going to continue tonight at times. It's simply going to be difficult in this environment. The pre-snap reads, Jack Cohn, and the communication, it's going to be tough for the offensive line, and probably another starter at left tackle in Joel.
Yeah, and turnovers are huge. That's the case in every game. But Notre Dame is +4 for the season. They were chasing in the first half last week, and that can't happen. So part of the whole fast start thing is protect the football, force Braxton Burmeier into a mistake, which he's capable of doing.
Sure.
And I know how difficult it's been for Notre Dame to run the football, but West Virginia did run the football against Virginia Tech. So again, it's not yardage. Many times it's how many attempts you can make as badly as they're struggling. And you just have to be able to move the chains and be in 2nd and 5, 3rd and 2.
At least a complimentary rushing game is what you're looking for as a Notre Dame fan now. You're no longer establishing anything, but I think the key offensively is, and maybe we didn't talk about it enough, but it's just impossible to know, what can Michael Mayer bring? Can he be 90% of Michael Mayer? You could probably argue he hasn't been 100% of Michael Mayer maybe since the opener, because he's been tweaking that groin a little bit every week, in his words. If he's not out there, I don't know what the offense will look like, but out there, he is a weapon that I think can make everybody else around him better.
The whiteouts have to come through. And I don't think tonight's opponent, Virginia Tech, is as adept at pressing at the line of scrimmage with their receivers. Wisconsin was really good at it, and Cincinnati obviously as well. I don't think that Virginia Tech does it as well, and Kevin Austin has to respond and have a big game, and Braden Lenzy and of course the running backs will certainly have to be involved in the passing game as well.
And Virginia Tech will spend time in Notre Dame's backfield. 46 tackles for loss allowed by the Irish, and Tech will attack them with varying 3-4 or 4-2-5, 3-4 fronts. They'll bring a lot of different looks, I think. But Notre Dame is going to spend some time in the Virginia Tech backfield as well. I think that's the key here. Can Notre Dame's defensive front seven be the best unit on the field? I keep using that phrase, but they kind of have to be tonight to offset some of the other stuff.
Yeah, I stand by the statement. I think it was Thursday during our podcast that, I think Notre Dame has the ability to score, or at least their ability is a little bit greater than Virginia Tech's. I think Virginia Tech's going to have a very difficult time scoring against Notre Dame's defensive front, but you're on the road. You know how the environment is there, Tim. A few years ago when Notre Dame was there, they didn't allow the crowd really to get into it after the beginning, because they took a lead, and the long run by Dexter Williams that allowed them to kind of take the crowd out of it a little bit. So a lot of pressure on Jack Cohn, a lot of pressure on Tommy Rees to come up with something that gives Notre Dame a chance offensively.
We are still 2 hours before kickoff, so there are no Notre Dame players on the field yet, but we'll report on the Irish Illustrated message board any unavailables ahead of time if we find out. And also, assuming Jack Cohn will be taking number one snaps no matter what, but if not, we'll be on the Irish Illustrated message board. And back with more instant analysis post-game from Blacksburg.